It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Polly's Brew Co. and it's a can of their Double India Pale Ale called Nada. It's an 8% ABV beer brewed with Citra, Columbus and Simcoe, and the yeast is London Ale number 3. It's a 440 milliliter can. It's brewed in Mould in North Wales. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. The beer was kindly sent to us by topofthehops.co.uk. So a big thank you to those guys there at topofthehops.co.uk. Please check out their website. Check out their beers. We've had some wonderful beers recently from Top of the Hops. And it just kind of took away my concentration a little bit there because this beer is looking absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Wow. We got a 3-finger white head. We got slow moving carbonation. It's hazy. Looks wonderful. Looks really good. Let's get the aroma. Wow. That is full on. That is absolutely full on. It's really tropical. Passion fruit, mango, grapefruit. I think there's a reason why this style of beer is doing so well, and it's done so well for so long. The New England style of IPA has been kind of probably the #1 drinking beer style for craft beer drinkers for probably the last 6 or 7 years. It really has. It's been a style that has swept the world, literally swept the world. And I think for good reason. For good reason. It just to get your nose into this beer and to look at the beer. It's just fabulous. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Really oaty. Ooh. Wow. I'm just taking everything in. I just need a moment. I'm just taking everything into this, or from this beer. Ooh, it's like, I'm a big fan of Formula 1. And the Monaco Grand Prix was just on. If you're a fan of Formula 1 and if you're a fan of the Monaco Grand Prix, I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the Monaco Grand Prix, but I am, because it's the type of racetrack that's unforgiving. There's metal barriers everywhere. You make one mistake and bang, you're gone, you're finished. Not like some of these tracks where there's massive runoff areas where you can afford to make a mistake and then you could just run back on the track and carry on with your race. And the same goes I think for this beer is the Ayrton Senna of Monaco. It's getting right up close to the barriers. It's not hitting the barriers, but it's getting right up close to the barriers, and it's producing fantastic lap times. And I mean, when I say fantastic, I mean like 3 seconds a lap faster than your nearest rival fast. And that is like unheard of. That is like, back in the day it was unheard of. These days the cars are not the same. But I know this has gone off, venturing off into Formula 1 a bit here. But this beer has got its elbows out. It's pumping in faster slap after faster slap. And it's just producing the perfect lap time. And what I'm trying to say is, and it took me another sip of this beer to realise what I really wanted to say, is that any more throttle, any more extra power, then the car's in the barrier and the car's ruined. And I mean that with this beer as well. Any more hop addition to the beer, any more kind of, if they added another kind of few handfuls of hops into this beer, you'd have a real big hop burn on the back of the palate. You're not getting that hop burn, but it's very, very close. It's very, very close. And the same with the amount of oats in the beer. When I had my first taste, you might have heard me say, "Ooh, that's a bit oaty." But then on the second taste, I tasted something slightly different. And everything's like pushing the boundaries of... It's right on the boundary. It's right on the boundary. But when you're right on the boundary, you essentially you're producing the best of your ability and the best beer around. And that's what I can say about this beer. I'm sorry if that was a long-winded approach to this beer, but that was the best explanation that I could come up with, is that it's downright perfect. And when a beer is downright perfect, it's very close to the edge of being not perfect at all, if that makes... You know, you don't want any hop burn, you don't want any too much oat flavour. It's like right on the edge. Passion fruit, mango, grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange. Great drinkability, lovely mouthfeel. Enough carbonation. It's the reason why everybody's talking about Polly's Brew Co. It's the reason why everybody wants to buy their beer and talk about Polly's Brew Co. is because they're doing great things. They are doing great things, they really are. And when you do great things, you tend to be the Ayrton Senna of Monaco, where you're absolutely flying and nobody else can catch you. And that's the point of it. That's the real point of it here. So Citra, Columbus, Simcoe, I'm going to rate it. Cheers. It's so close. It's so close. Like, you got a touch of alcohol, you got the smallest touch of hop burn, you got the smallest touch of oats. But it's all dancing around nicely. The beer is just fantastic. Any more over there with the oats, any more over there with the hops. You know, and it busts it, it breaks it, it's broken. But it's not broken, it's perfect, it's absolutely perfect. I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 10 out of 10. So 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!